Fox Business's own Jerry Willis, former New York Lieutenant Governor and healthcare expert Betsy McCoy, and Manhattan Institute healthcare expert Paul Howard. So, Jerry, I don't know about you, but I'm worried about crocodiles in Manhattan. No?
Listen, this is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. 68,000 new codes. The medical professionals in this country, doctors, hospitals, they all have to know this, because if they don't use the right codes, they may not get paid, and your health care could get held up. Because, you know, you have to ask for the money ahead of a test that you're going to have done, or a procedure. If you don't get that right away, maybe you have trouble. It's a really bureaucratic nightmare. Look, if Obamacare didn't kill your doctor's office, these codes will.
Well, Betsy, that's the point. These things are so picayune and so multiple. They're multiplying like rats, all these new regulations. Donald Trump, by the way, says if he was president, this is the sort of thing he'd get rid of. Let's just play a soundbite from him on 60 Minutes.
The government's going to pay for it, but we're going to save so much money on the other side. But for the most part, it's going to be a private plan, and people are going to be able to go out and negotiate great plans with lots of different competition, with lots of competitors, with great companies, and they can have their doctors, they can have their plans, they can have everything.
Now, some people say this is the same kind of pie-in-the-sky salesmanship that we heard from President Obama.
Absolutely not. In fact, I had lunch with Corey Lewandowski, Donald Trump's campaign manager, and he laid out the health care plan for me, and I'm not going to reveal it today because that's the candidate's job.
Tell me there are
but
more
the fact is, it's very good. It has all the proper components to unleash free market forces and relieve Americans of things like these new codes, to get government off our backs and out of our doctor's office.
Well, Paul, the fact is a lot of doctors are shutting their offices right now, saying we just can't continue. This is just the cost of doing business as a doctor. Of course, the same thing is happening with whole hospitals. Could a Donald Trump come in and straighten this out?
Well, look, you know, up to 50% of physicians don't accept Medicaid patients anymore. More and more doctors are opting out of, you know, Obamacare because it is such a big headache. The challenge is, I think, you know, one of the things that Donald also said was, you know, the government is going to pay for this, and also we're going to drive harder bargains. I want to know what the difference between that is and price controls. Really, the idea of market competition, absolutely support that, but I do think we need more details about how this is actually going to operate.
Jerry, I want to know who it is that comes up with these crazy rules and regulations that are stopping the whole system, that are putting doctors out of business.
Centers for Medicaid and Medicare, that's who's doing it. That's who put these rules into place. And I have to tell you, doctors for years, the old rules required lots and lots of study, all kinds of time spent trying to come up to speed with them. I don't know how they're going to do this
look
now.
At the new rules. Betsy has it with her.
159 million hours a year of paperwork imposed on the American public by this law alone.
And it's especially going to be small doctors and small hospital groups that are literally taking out loans because they're worried about all of the headaches around this.
Always the small folks who are hit first by the small and middle-sized folks. Thank you very much, Jerry.